Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you. Thank you so very, very much, and welcome once again to Continental Championship Wrestling, sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance, the oldest and largest sanctioning body of professional wrestling the world over. Tonight, we will be holding the one-time round-robin tournament to determine the new Continental Television Champion. That round-robin tournament will pit Robert Fuller, Roy Lee Welch, and Roberto Soto against each other. We'll tell you more information about the rules and regulations on this round-robin tournament as the evening progresses, but that'll be coming up very, very shortly. We'd also like to say that you're going to be seeing tonight the Bullet and the Flame. The Bullet and the Flame, mask versus mask. That's upcoming on this hour of Championship Wrestling. Indeed, too, we will be seeing Tommy and Johnny Rich. Tommy and Wildfire Rich.
Go ahead and make room for some pretty stuff. The luscious one is back. And that's trouble for Mr. Bob Armstrong. Give me one of them Armstrong comebacks, man. Come on. Talk me up a little bit like you do the Armstrongs, Gordon.
Well, here's a gentleman that, frankly, I'm surprised to see back. After what happened to this man and that figure four leg lock, I didn't think you'd be returning.
Yeah, well, I'm a good man, and I'm back. And I'm back to take care of the Armstrong. My cousin Jimmy Golden is in bad shape. It's called Armstrong. He loves to mash his home to the max. I'm going to be mashing mine very soon.
It's time that the Armstrongs start paying their dues. Tonight is the night it starts. You're going to pay your dues, Bob Armstrong. Brad Armstrong, you're going to pay your dues. The way you're going to pay them is with your hide.
Well, let me just say that, of course, they're very upset about what happened last week.
Gordon, I understand you got a film here where my cousin Jimmy was hurt. I can show you some imposters, and I can go ahead and expose you for what I said just a minute ago. You're biased to the Armstrong and not to the luscious one in the Flame.
All right, I'll tell you what. That match was an anything-goes match. There was no disqualification. Anything goes, no sanction. Let's take a look at what these gentlemen are talking about, and perhaps we can all become a little more informed.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You see, snuck up behind him right away. What I'm going to be telling you right now is this man in the ring is some bullet. I don't know if he is the bullet, because we're going to see so many bullets before this over. Everybody's going to be confused.
At this point, I knew that was Brad Armstrong, and that's what I did. I came down to try to draw the referee's attention to the fact that the wrong man was in there. I was attacked by Brad Armstrong. I defended myself, and if you see, all I'm trying to do right now is to get Jimmy Golden and he's in a very groggy way from that chokehold. He had a chokehold on Jimmy Golden. I've revived Jimmy a little bit, and in the meantime, that dirty, filthy snake, Bob Armstrong, came down and switched places with his brat son.
Well, now you say Bob Armstrong. You're saying Bob Armstrong, but in fact, nobody's unmasked him to prove it.
Hey, I don't care about that. That's going to be done soon. He's mashing that hole to the max, man. He's trying to break his leg right there, Gordon. The man is a fool. He's out to hurt people. Armstrongs are junk, and it's showing it right there.
One of the most vicious, sadistic acts I've ever seen in my life. He deliberately tried to break the man's leg. And now, I was trying to get in there to help the referee, who was totally knocked unconscious. And there's that little brat, Brad Armstrong, jumped on my back and prevented me from getting in the ring to help that referee break that thing up.
Well, needless to say...
That's blood. That's flesh and blood. My flesh and blood's rolling around on the mat there, Gordon. You see that? Talk about it. Tell a straight story. Bob Armstrong will sneak up behind him, put a leg-breaking hold on him, and mash it all the way to the max. It's your turn now, Armstrong.
Well, I think we've had quite enough of this, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
One last thing, Gordon. We're going to start tonight. The dues are going to be paid tonight. Armstrong, your mask is coming off. And I guarantee you one thing. The luscious one here is going to be the new television champion.
You got it. I'm going to do some proving, Gordon. I'm going to prove to these people and to you by winning this television title that I am the luscious one, the man, the one that should be put in the position that he deserves.
You don't have to prove anything.
Standing match from Paul Brown. As we mentioned, of course, the dream match is upcoming next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling. That dream match will be the exotic Adrian Street going up against Austin Idol. And I would think it's because of the injuries that Austin Idol suffered at the hands of the exotic Adrian Street. That's why so many of you wrote in and said that is indeed the match you'd like to see here on Continental Championship Wrestling. For those of you who might have missed that particular incident, let's take a look at it right now as it occurred several weeks ago. The exotic Adrian Street and Austin Idol in a match. And you can see here that Austin Idol had things well under control. The exotic one, Adrian Street, in a lot of trouble. And let's go to the natural sound as it occurred. Idol laid some hurting on him. Idol spinning call. Wait a minute. Miss Linda started to come into the ring. Austin Idol is after her. And it looks to me like Street got something in his hand. He caught Austin Idol with it, caught him again. Well, a foreign substance into the eyes of Austin Idol. He has been sidelined ever since that night. I might point out that he will be here next week in the dream match. The exotic Adrian Street moving out against Austin Idol next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling. And you know, the exotic Adrian Street has developed quite a list of enemies. And I had an opportunity this past week to talk to a young lady who may be here tonight, may be here next week. I don't know where, when, or how she's going to appear. She would not relinquish that information to me, but she did have these comments to make about the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. So let's go, well, to myself, I guess, and that interview. Well, I want to take a moment right now to talk to this young lady who we talked to last week here in Florida regarding the situation with Miss Linda and the exotic Adrian Street, the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, and most importantly, Norvell Austin's problems with this Miss Linda.
She keeps cropping up, Gordon, just like bad food, you know. It just, apparently she pulled some more shenanigans this week and came in the ring after being barred from the arena and interfered in the match.
Well, let me ask you this. I know, of course, you and Norvell have been talking, and Norvell refuses to divulge when you may just suddenly drop in on the scene. I don't want to divulge that information either, as a matter of fact, but can you give us any idea from what direction you might be coming?
Gordon, I can't even do that much. I might be coming, I might be parachuting from the sky. I might be just another person in the crowd. I might be driven by a limousine up to the ring, but I can tell you this, Linda, that you need to be concerned about me showing up, because when I get there, I'm not going to have any mercy on you at all.
Well, would you consider the possibility, I know Norvell was saying something about possibly seeing if they could get Continental Championship Wrestling to handcuff Miss Linda to you at ringside.
Yes, Gordon, I think that would be a very good possibility, because then I would make sure she couldn't get away and that she wouldn't be able to interfere with Norvell, who's doing the best job he can. But when you've got another, you got a third person in there always wreaking havoc and cheating and doing everything they can to keep the match from proceeding as it should, keep Norvell, the rightful winner and the best person in the ring, from winning, then I think that's the best way to handle that problem.
Thank you so very much. Well, Lady Maxine is on her way. Only Miss Linda will find out when. Okay, a lot of great action next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling. Be watching for that dream match, Austin Idol returning to take on the exotic Adrian Street. And we'll be back with more wrestling action right after we pause for these words. This coming Tuesday night, and in Mobile, Alabama, Friday night, match time is 8:30 at the Fort Whiting Armory. In a Nightmare cage match, the Southeastern Tag Team Championship at stake, Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. In a TV dream match, Austin Idol against the exotic Adrian Street. In a six-man tag, Brad Armstrong, the Bullet, and Roberto Soto against Robert Fuller, the Flame, and a Mystery Man. Norvell Austin against Sir Norman Charles. The U.S. Junior title, Roy Lee Welch against Ken Timms. Mobile, Friday night. First of all, we'd like to remind you there will be wrestling in Brewton, Alabama, this coming Tuesday night. A great night of wrestling competition. Continental Championship Wrestling coming your way. And then this coming Friday night in Mobile at the Fort Whiting Armory. The Southeastern Championship at stake. A host of other great matches, including the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship.
That's right, Gordon, and I'm going to be there first night ever at Fort Whiting. That's this Friday night, and I'm anxious to show the people that I am the United States champion.
Six-man tag, Roberto.
Robert Fuller and the Flame, they have come with a mystery man. Well, we don't care who's the mystery man. We're going to be there, and we're going to win the matches.
And you know, one thing about it, the mystery may be is how Robert Fuller and the Flame and whoever their mystery man is going to get out of Fort Whiting this coming Friday night in one piece. You ain't psyching nobody out. Bring your mystery man. We don't care who it is. It's a new era in Mobile, and we're going to start it off right.
Here's another word.
You know, you said it just right. A new era in wrestling in Mobile. Well, I'll guarantee you, Robert Fuller, myself, and our mystery partner, of which we're not going to tell you who he is right now, because if we did, you wouldn't even show up. I guarantee you. But since it is a new era in Mobile, we're not going to start out with a defeat. We're going to start out by wrecking the Armstrongs and Soto.
And there will be door prizes and a host of other things this coming Friday night in Mobile, Alabama at the Fort Whiting Armory. And don't forget, NWA Wrestling Tuesday in Brewton.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the match that you have been waiting for. It is for the finals of the Continental Television Tournament. You see that I do have the trophy in the ring. It will be presented to one of three men very shortly. It is round-robin rules in effect. The man who wins 2 straight falls in any way, form, or fashion will be the Continental Television Tournament trophy holder. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you first one of the finalists, weighs in at 212 pounds from Oklahoma. Here is Roy Lee Welch. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing second as he makes his way to ringside, another finalist. At 225 pounds from Puerto Rico, here is Roberto Soto. And ladies and gentlemen, the third finalist, as the music tells it all, he weighs in at 232 pounds from Tennessee. Would you welcome luscious Robert Fuller? Gentlemen, if I could have all three of you here in the middle of the ring, please. I know you understand the rules. The first man to win 2 straight falls in any way will be the holder of the trophy and the champion. A coin toss will decide who starts and who is the odd man out. Referee, if you'll remove the trophy, please. I'd like to get the coins. Round-robin tournament. Give each man 1/4, please. When I call for the coin toss, flip the coin in the air. Don't touch it. Let it hit the mat. The referee will check it. Ready? Flip them.
Tails.
Roberto Soto has a tails.
Roy Lee Welch, tails.
Has a tails. Roy Lee Welch.
Fuller, heads.
Robert Fuller is the odd man. He will be out. Roberto Soto will start against Roy Lee Welch. Any man to win 2 straight falls will be the champion. When a man loses, he must roll out. The matches do continue. There is no rest period. Round-robin tournament.
Well, you heard my good friend Mike Jackson explaining the rules. There was a coin toss.
The loser of this match will be Robert Fuller immediately.
Loser of the fall, technically. Robert Fuller draws the first round bye in this round-robin tournament. So it's Roy Lee Welch against Roberto Soto. The Continental Television Championship trophy on the line. one-night round-robin tournament. Now, one man is going to have to take 2 straight falls. That means Roy Lee would have to defeat Roberto Soto and then Robert Fuller. Or if Soto wins, he would have to defeat Robert Fuller. If Fuller gets in there and defeats either man, then he has to beat the other one. So it's no rest period, a double tough round-robin tournament, but there's a lot of prestige and a lot of money riding on this because it is for the Continental TV Championship. I was talking to my good friend Joe Pedicino about this tournament, and I know he's been very excited about it. Joe, of course, bringing you outstanding wrestling on Down On Network, WATL Atlanta. Good counter by Roy Lee Welch. Excellent counter. And a hip lock takedown by Roy Lee. Roy Lee, of course, a second-generation competitor. I'll never forget the night that his dad, Les Welch, won the Florida Heavyweight Championship in Jacksonville, Florida. One of the epic matches of all times. Soto trying desperately hard to get that pinfall. Roy Lee managing to get that. Notice the way he gets the inertia going with those legs. Roy Lee, of course, U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship. He has put down the challenge of a lot of great competitors, including the former champion, Professor Bill Ash. Right now, Ken Timms after Roy Lee and that title. Roy Lee is going to be hard-pressed if he picks up this Continental TV Championship, because he's going to be receiving challenges from all over on that. We have had competitors from all over the North American hemisphere in on this Continental TV Championship. From Puerto Rico, from Canada, and all parts of the United States. Good shoulder smash by Soto. Soto moves in on his man, full arm drag and twist. Good reversal by Roy Lee Welch. Roy Lee catches him a good shoulder smash. Leapfrog by Soto. Soto catches him. Spin under. One nice thing about these is referee Roy George is having an easy time of it. Both Roy Lee and Soto are exponents of the scientific methods of competition. They are not the rule breakers. Waist lift takedown by Soto. Soto trying to keep a ride. Roy Lee trying to sit out and escape. Turns into his man. Soto went for a chancery. Roy Lee to his back, and Roy Lee back on his feet. This program, of course, the exclusive property of Continental Championship Wrestling Incorporated. Any rebroadcast, recreation, any charge to see this program or any rebroadcast without the express written permission of Continental Championship Wrestling, Southeastern Championship Wrestling, and yours truly, is strictly forbidden. Minutes has expired thus far. Television time remaining, of course, on this particular event, inasmuch as a good kip up by Roy Lee Welch. Wing over by almost a souffle type takedown, high into the armpit. Now it's a good armbar by Roberto Soto. Notice the excellent muscular definition and conformation on Soto. Has him. Ooh. Roy Lee powers out. And Roy Lee's got some problems. The lumbar area of the back bothering him, apparently. Put some extra pressure on that. Robert Fuller outside the ring. Good drop toe hold by Roberto Soto. Soto with the arm bar. Now, let me explain something interesting at this point in time. All during this time that Soto and Roy Lee Welch are expending their energy, Robert Fuller is sitting outside the ring, fresh as a daisy, not expending any energy other than getting up and pointing his finger occasionally. Full arm drag and twist by Soto. Roy Lee Welch having his problems. Roy Lee Welch in the orange trunks, Soto in the navy blue trunks. Notice the way the referee keeps moving around, keeps checking. Roy Lee brings him up, full body slam. Catches him with a shoulder smash, drives him off the ropes. And it looks like tempers could be flaring here. And I think they have. Off the ropes, beautiful drop kick by Soto. Drives Roy Lee back into the ropes. Full body slam into a lateral press. Deep double underhook by Soto. Blocked by Roy Lee. Roy Lee reversing that situation. Has him up. Excellent vertical suplex. Moves in, lateral press, hooks the far leg. Ah, beautiful cradle. Didn't get that leg grapevine, and Roy Lee was able to power away from it. Off the ropes. Catches Roy Lee, drives him to the canvas. Roy Lee with a forearm into the midsection. Roy Lee drives a shoulder in. Soto fired off the ropes. Oh! Another lateral press. Caught him. And it's Robert Fuller. There is no rest period. He got the pin. Robert Fuller, there is no rest period. Wait a minute, what's he doing? He was doing something with that shoe, and look at that shoe. That's a built-up shoe. Oh, brother. Brother. Robert Fuller taking complete advantage of a situation. Admittedly, there was no rest period, but brother caught Soto unawares and then delivered those boots to the back with something in that boot, I'll bet you. The way he was banging that boot down on the ring. Well, nonetheless, in this case, the rules prevail. And let's turn it over to Mike Jackson for the presentation. Well, we'll try it once again. Let's turn it over to Mike Jackson now for the presentation of the trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 men started, 1 was remaining. The champion and the winner of the beautiful trophy is luscious Robert Fuller.
Now you can talk it straight. Tell it like it is. Tell him who the man is. Tell him who the man is in the best shape he's ever been in his life. Tell him how to wrestle with a handicap and be 2 men at the same time. You got your champion now, baby. The luscious.
Gordon, back to you.
Best shape of his life, huh? Brother, I'll tell you what, that's got to be the easiest championship that Robert Fuller has ever won. How long he'll keep it, well, that remains to be seen. We'll be back. NWA Wrestling this coming Tuesday night in Brewton, Alabama, and Sunday night in Pensacola at the City Auditorium. A big Canadian lumberjack tag team match, and that means, brother, the straps will be flying.
That's right, Nightmares, you might just get strapped a little bit if you get in the way. After we get you in the ring, ain't gonna be nothing left of you.
You know, somebody say something about Pensacola, Florida. You can run, but you can't hide, because every time you run, there's going to be somebody outside that ring with a leather. Johnny and me ain't running. Pensacola, be ready for one heck of a fight, because that's what it's going to be.
And here are some other comments.
You know, Pensacola, what a lucky town, Pensacola. You know, they got to see a chicken beat them, wore the belts. Now they're going to see somebody beat them in the belts.
That's right.
We're going to step on the outside, baby. They can do it. They got the leather. We're going to put it on you, baby. You can't beat us, because we're the best, and you better believe it.
Okay, that's tomorrow night, Sunday night in Pensacola at City Auditorium. And don't forget the big spectacular Friday night in Mobile. Now, for a limited time, and only on this television offer, can you own a full life-size poster of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Yes, the champion of champions, Tommy Wildfire Rich, in full color. America's most exciting wrestler, Tommy Wildfire Rich, available now only through this exclusive television offer. Call now. Visa or MasterCards accepted, or send $8.95 plus $2.50 postage to Sports Star, P.O. Box 130, Libertyville, Illinois, zip code 60048. If you call within the next hour, however, as a special bonus, you will receive a full-color 5x7 picture autograph card of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Don't delay, supplies are limited. Be the first in your neighborhood to have as your own this life-size full-color poster of Tommy Wildfire Rich. And remember, call now, 1-800-345-5433. That's 1-800-345-5433. And don't forget your special bonus autograph card of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Do it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is a very extremely important one presented by Continental Championship Wrestling. It will feature the Flame, and it will...
On the day I was born.
You all know who I am. I'm the Flame. I want that Bob Armstrong out here. Get out here, Armstrong, because I want the pleasure of ripping or maybe even burning that mask off of your head. Come on. Come on, Bob Armstrong. You fooled everybody in the Alliance long enough. Listen to an intelligent man. Take out your handkerchiefs, take out your hankies, and I want you to wave bye-bye to the bullet, because when I take that mask off, Bob Geigel is going to ban you forever. You understand that? I know that these are your people out here, Bob Armstrong. Say goodbye, wave goodbye to him, because it's all over now.
The bullet catches the Flame outside the ring, and the bullet explodes on him again. We got a Pier Sixer going on, and there's no attention being paid to the ring whatsoever. They're battling their way into the aisleway. Let's keep the cameras on him. He's after the mask of the Flame. It is mask versus mask. And the Flame caught him, and brother, they're in almost total darkness now. And wait a minute. The bullet back after him now, a headbutt that puts the bullet back to the canvas. And the Flame battling him outside the ring, down in the dark corridor. The Flame said it didn't make any difference where he got him. And now stomps to the head, putting the boot. Now we're picking up one of our trooper lights. Thank you, our light crew really on the ball, catching that action. And he's after the mask again. Well, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's the bullet back in action. The Bullet driving the Flame back toward the ring. It's the Bullet. Right after the Flame has him back into the ring. Here comes, ooh. Caught him with a boot. Did something that mask. Duck under, go behind. Jams him into the turnbuckle, and so whatever he loaded that mask with served on him. And it's the Bullet after the Mask of the Flame. The Bullet after the Mask of the Flame. And wait just a minute. Look at there, Robert Fuller loading that extra thick boot. He's got the Bullet down. And Robert Fuller after the Mask of the Bullet. And brother, if this proves to be Bob Armstrong, it is all over for Armstrong. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can't see the face. Wait a minute. By the sound of the crowd, it does not appear to be. No, that man's got a beard. No, that appears to be Brad Armstrong. That appears to be Brad Armstrong. That is not the Bullet. That is Brad Armstrong. The referee trying desperately to restore some order here. Roberto Soto hits the ring. Roberto Soto exploding with hard right hands on Robert Fuller in the Flame. Soto exploding against the Flame and Robert Fuller. And wait a minute. There's Boomer K. Lynch. I'd recognize that man anywhere. Ooh, brother. Down across the back of Roberto Soto. And, brother, we do have some carnage in that ring. Brad Armstrong out. Roberto Soto taking those big splashes. Wait a minute. The chair in the ring, and the Bullet is there. The Bullet is there, and we've got order restored. Let me see if I can't get the Bullet up here. Let's take a look at what happened again, if we can, in slow motion. And you'll see what that is. It's definitely Brad Armstrong.
The matches rule a double disqualification.
I believe I heard him say a double disqualification. But nonetheless, not much was resolved here. Again, let's take another look at it in slow motion if we can. You can see where Robert Fuller loaded up that boot and then caught Armstrong from behind. He thought it was the Bullet. I thought it was the Bullet. It was not the Bullet. Indeed, it was Brad Armstrong. Impossible to tell from this camera angle immediately. Nonetheless, the crowd could see it right away, and they were cheering. And then the Bullet came in there and straightened the issue out. And so the Bullet continues to move along, unstopped, and at this point I'm going to say unstoppable. And we'll have the Bullet with us in just a second here. Well, the Bullet has joined me here, and obviously it was Bob's son who ended up in the ring.
I'm going to tell you this, gentlemen. I'd rather you rip both of my arms out and harm a hair on that boy's head. Now, you've laid the ground rules, and that's where you're going to end up, right on the ground. We know now that the mystery man, they've been talking all week trying to psych us out about the mystery man. They had to bring him in a little early. It's that rhinoceros-butted South African Boomer H. Lynch. And then look what else you got over there. Robert Fuller, who's got that supposedly medical boot on. It don't look too medical to me. And then you got that heavy-duty, flame-throwing psychotic. Brother, that's three of a kind. So you ask for it, you fixing to get it, brother. Nope.
All right. The comments from the Bullet. The 44 and the 357 live on.